Hey guys, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing another exciting podcast. Tonight we're talking to another 2022 winner. We have Mr. Brent Anderson on tonight. Brent just won the Choo Choo Division BFL tournament on Lake Pickwick. So very, very excited to have Brent on this evening. Want to thank him for taking the time to come on our podcast. Before we get started, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get notified when all of our content is dropping. We have a lot of great content like this podcast tonight and others coming in the near future. You won't want to miss this. Also, check us out, Revital Outdoors. That's going to be Facebook and Instagram for social media. And then if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company. We offer a premium line of CBD products that are THC-free, made right here in America for all outdoor enthusiasts. So hunting and fishing enthusiasts, this is the products for you. Full lineup of products. We're actually going to release some new products at the Bassmaster Classic this week, booth 3224. So be sure you see us down there in Greenville, South Carolina. So that's the nuts and the bolts of it. Before we get too off track, let's go ahead and bring him in. Mr. Brent Anderson, just off his win on Lake Pickwick. Brent, how you doing this evening?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, congratulations. That's really awesome to talk to another guy that walked away victorious this year in 2022. So you're off to a great start, man. And then I looked up your profile on Major League Fishing and on Facebook. You do really, really well around those lakes like Kentucky Lake, Pickwick, those lakes like that. So, man, let's just dive right into it. What happened this weekend?
Well, man, it's pretty interesting. I was going to fish the Toyota Series on Guntersville, and I saw the schedules come out, and I've got it on Pickwick for a few years in the summer. I've had some decent, actually won a BFL here in July a couple years ago, but I had never fished here in the pre-spawn, and that's my absolute favorite time to bass fish, man. I like it cold, snowy. I don't know. There's just something about it. Those old big girls are getting ready to do their thing, and I love going out that time of year. So I saw there were two BFLs back to back here. One was the Mississippi division. One was the Choo Choo. So I jumped in both of them. So 2 Saturdays ago, my new Phoenix had just gotten rigged. So I only got like a day and a half of practice. I had to break my engine in one day. Never seen the place in February. Lake level's 408. Winter pool's 409. So it's like a foot lower than I've ever seen it, than most people have ever seen it. Long story short, I had a tough practice. I caught 3 fish in that event. My co-angler caught 2. So we had 18 pounds in my boat, but I had 11 and he had 7. So I actually ended up getting check and even got the highest finisher Phoenix money for 24th place, which blew my mind. Well, The floods come. The lake comes up 2 feet a day for the next week. Lake level was almost 418 Saturday. So the stuff I was fishing 2 weeks ago, I'm catching them about 6 to 8 foot deep, is now 16 to 18 foot of water. So
I was going to say it came up 10 feet in a matter of a week.
Yes.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
It was a total different place. So me being a TVA guy, a lot of us know when the current is running at that level, the floodgates are open. Those fish usually move to current breaks close to the shore, and you catch them on a big crankbait. And when you find it, you're going to win unless somebody else finds it also. So I spent most of my practice looking for that because I really wanted to win. I'm not fishing the whole division for points. So I just couldn't make it work, man. So I finally punted and figured out it was still a current break pattern, but it was a shallow deal. Just basically any little divot in the bank that would break the current. And I was trying to catch them on crankbaits, and there's so much debris in the water you couldn't hardly throw treble hooks. So luckily I picked up a chatterbait and caught about a 5-pounder in practice. A few minutes later, I found another one, looked kind of similar, caught a 4-pounder. I found several more and fished them over the course of the day, but they were more keeper size fish. So going into the tournament, I'm thinking, good day, I can catch 18. But I still believe in all my heart somebody or a few guys have found them cranking on the deeper current stuff, and like 18 may get me in the top 10. But
Right. So
day starts off, man. First stretch, I catch a 2 3/4, second stretch I catch a 5.5, and I just slowly upgraded through the day, man. And I think with about an hour to go, I caught a 5.10 and caught like a 2.5 pounder. And I was like, man, I got about 21 now. You know, I should be really getting close to that top 10 mark. So again, I think that was my 9th win in MLF competition, and it's the most surprising I've ever had. I mean, you know, catching that size weight didn't surprise me, but that being enough to get it done, really, I was shocked.
Okay. So the fish were still relating to the structure and the cover that you were fishing the week prior to that, and then the water came up, but they were still there. It's just they were in deeper water.
You know, I didn't even look at the stuff I fished a week ago. I actually fished a total other end of the lake. The Mississippi Division event, I was up closer to Wilson Dam, fishing that area. And this week I fished from, we call it State Line Island, not far from Pickwick Dam.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually fishing about a 40-mile stretch of the river. But, I mean, I was fishing very specific little stretches. Some of them were 10 yards long. Some were 50 yards long.
Okay.
But, you know, I just buzzed through them. But just, on my first pass up the river, I think the first 7 stretches I fished, I caught one. You know, anywhere from 2 to 5.5 pounds. And then I kind of hit a dead stretch there. The water was a lot muddier further up the river. And when I got into that mud, kind of went on about a 2-hour dry spell. So I turned around, changed colors on my baits, and ran back through the stuff. And I picked up a few more running back through it, including that big one at the end that basically, I think I already had it one before I caught him, but it gave me a little breathing room for sure, catching another 5 3/4 pounder.
Right. So a couple questions about your day. First, you know, tell us a little bit more about this chatterbait, if you would, and then also how many keeper bites did you end up catching throughout the day?
Yeah, man, I've actually got them here. I threw,
Awesome.
I exclusively throw jackhammers, and
Beautiful.
Depending on watercolor, there were places where if they were steeper, one side of the lake is a little steeper, and that runoff coming through the bluffs was actually had some green water coming in, and in those sections I would go to a white.
Okay.
And then in kind of the stained stuff, I would throw the Beehite Delight, kind of the chartreuse white, green pumpkin, and then in the dirty, I would throw the black and blue. And actually, I really like the Yamamoto Zeku, I think it's called, trailer. But they're pretty expensive, so I usually practice with this Strike King blade minnow, and they were biting it so good in practice, I chose to stick with it in the tournament. But I mean, everyone I caught, it was down in their crushers. Like, I just don't feel like there were a lot of fish up there on that pattern, but the ones I caught wanted it. And I probably caught 18 or 20 keepers.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So,
did you have your weight early, or did you call throughout the day? And then I know you said you kind of caught a better fish throughout the day that kind of solidified your win.
You know, I was using the Rapala Cull scale, and I think my first 5 weighed like 14 something. I had one big one, 157, I think, in there, and then I called up to 16 something. Then I got up to 18 something, and that's when I was like, okay, man, that was kind of my goal weight. Like, and again, not thinking I'm anywhere near the win. Now at this point, I want a top 10 because that goes on the stat sheet, and I like seeing the stat sheet get, pumped up. So I'm like, one more good one, man, and I bust 20. I'm got to be in the top 10. And I mean, with, like I say, like an hour to go, it was actually the last fish I caught was a 5.10 and called out like a 2.9.
Okay, so a 3-pound upgrade that gave you over 20. That's and 20 pounds that time of year and that time of or that area of the country. Yeah, 20 pounds is solid in the top 10. If you don't get a top 10 with that, something's definitely wrong. Like something weird has happened. So, that's cool.
all I really had to go on, having zero experience down here in February, they have a winter trail down here that has tournament every weekend. It's not a huge deal, but 3 weeks ago there were 2 28-pound bags weighed in, And
Wow.
I've caught giant stringers down here. I know what lives here.
Mm-hmm.
So man, back in my Kentucky Lake days, I weighed in 26 pounds 3 different times and got beat. So when you're on the Tennessee River, basically you never take your foot off the gas. Like when I caught that last big one, my co-angler said, "Man, you probably got about like 23. You're in contention." I said, "Not even close, buddy." I've more got like 21. I said, and I've got basically 3 in there I need to get rid of. And at this point I got, like 2 3s and a 4 in there with 2 5 something. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I mean we fished hard till the very end, man. Actually I pushed it a little bit coming in. I was almost a little bit late because I was trying to get rid of one of them 3-pounders, but
Right, right. So, well, good for you, man. It really worked out. Starting the year out with a win, that's always a great momentum throughout the rest of the season. So, Brent, before we let you go, I want to know what your goals are for the rest of the season, and then also anybody that supports you, any sponsors, friends, family. I want to give you the opportunity to thank them as well.
awesome, man. I appreciate it. Man, at this point, I just want to win as many as I can, man. 2014, I won 3 BFLs on Kentucky Lake. And not going to lie, I was kind of took them for granted back then. And man, guys are so good now. So much technology, so much information out there. Just everyone is really special. I've gone to more. I win one about every 2 years right now, and I'm getting older. So my goal is to catch my buddy Adam Wagner. He's got the record with 16. Unfortunately, Adam is still fishing at a very, very, very high level. So
Yeah, Adam is. We're talking about the 2010 BFL All American winner, or
yes,
2009 BFL All American winner. Excuse me, and he's been to the Bassmaster Classic. He's been to the Forest Wood Cup.
yes.
And he's a weekend warrior, and he's done all this, and it's crazy. I mean, there are guys that chase the Elite Series and chase the Bass Pro Tour that haven't won as much money as he had fishing weekend tournaments.
And you can ask a lot of those guys that know him, and they will say he's the best fisherman in the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I'm probably aiming a little high, but and I love Adam, man. He's one of the greatest, nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's earned every penny he's won, but he's my drive, man, to keep going. I want to actually, when I posted about my win on Instagram the other night, I put #7more. So and that's probably just fueling the fire because we got 3 4 coming up on Del Hollow, and that's basically the Adam Wagner Invitational. So
Ooh, yeah, he's.
but anyways, that's the main goal. I'm actually going to be guiding on Del Hollow the next 2 months, and I'm going to be guiding up north on the St. Lawrence River this summer. If anybody's interested in crazy smallmouth experience, look me up, Brent Anderson Fishing on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm also fishing the Northern Toyota division again. So I really like chasing those smallies up north. But
I don't blame you at all.
Goals, man. I hope, just another successful year, man. I've been really blessed to be doing it for a living, basically, for 11, 12 years. Got to thank my mom and dad. They're my best friends, my biggest support. Ashmore Marine Products is my title sponsor. He makes a lot of cool gadgets for your boat, man. Depth finder mounts, things like that. Commonwealth Controls, Mercury Lowrance, Lew's, Redemption Rods, Cigar Line, Sims. Probably forgetting somebody, man. Alley's Tungsten. I mean, a lot of these are just little discount deals guys at my level get, but when you go through the bait that I do, it's an expensive sport and it helps a ton. So
it all adds up. All adds up. So always great to see guys like you get that support, and always really honored to, for you to have the chance to thank them as well, and then compete at the level that you do. So that's really cool. So Brent, any last thoughts before we let you go? And then I guess you're fishing the rest of the season in the Choo Choo division. So I have to ask, how does 2022 Choo Choo division Angler of the Year sound?
Well, man, actually, that's the only Choo Choo event I'm fishing.
Okay.
I'm bouncing around. The biggest with my guiding schedule and my northern schedule, I can only fish 3 Music City division events. So I'm praying I can make the regional through those 3. It's going to be tough because those guys are stout, but the regional is back on Pickwick, and I've won a little decent amount of money down here. I'm not saying I'm going to be a threat that time of year, but you're not going to win if you're not here trying. So that's probably my main goal, is to do well enough in those three that I can stay in that top 40 in the points and make that regional. But final thoughts, man. I hope I'm talking to you 7 more times this year. Me and not Adam Wagner.
I was going to say, this will probably turn into the Brent Anderson and Adam Wagner show before too long. So, well, that's really cool. Well, Brent, thank you so much for coming on board with Revital Outdoors for this podcast. We're honored to have you as a guest. We wish you all the best of luck in 2022. And, man, I can already sense that there's a chance that I'll be talking to you again before the season's over.
It won't be from lack of effort, brother, if we're not. But like I say, man, when it's your time to win, you can't screw it up. And when it's not your time, there's nothing you can do to make it happen. So enjoy every one of them, man. Appreciate every one of them.
Absolutely. So, well, from all of us at Revital Outdoors, again, I'm Theron Asbury. You've been talking to Mr. Brent Anderson, the recent winner of the Choo Choo Division BFL event on Lake Pickwick. So congratulations to Brent once again. Make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And then if you're interested in Revital Outdoors products and our pro staff, be sure to check out our website. Again, from all of us at Revital Outdoors, God bless. Be safe out there in the water, and we'll talk to you on the next podcast.